What is going on to the AMC stock family? In today's video, we got a good one, and here's why. So let's just start off with the due diligence. Your time is extremely valuable. So we have one hedge fund company called Shaw, and we have their 13F annual report or their filing. So let's just quickly understand who these people are and what this hedge fund is. So Shaw & Co. is an investment fund managing more than $60.9 billion. There are currently 2,438 companies in this portfolio or in this pie, and the largest investments include Amazon and Microsoft, together totaling $4.33 billion. And as you can see right here, here is their pie of the hedge fund. So they have Amazon.com. Amazon consists of 11.2% of their entire portfolio. Now, I know a lot of the AMC stock investors, they got at least 50% of their portfolio in AMC. And remember, guys, everyone has their own plan, but this is what the hedge fund is doing. But just wait, because this 11.2%, it's not really that representative. And here's why. Remember, AMC stock family, they have billions upon billions of dollars. And so if we go all the way down, we can know exactly how many billions of dollars they have in Amazon. Because 11.2%, it may not seem like a lot. I believe it was 11.2%. Let's go all the way back up. Yes, so 11.2% may not seem like a lot, but if we go back down, here's exactly where all the information is. So they have their security or their underlying equity right here. This is all the list. And so if we go at the top, we have Amazon.com, which is now worth $3,454. Everything that I say will make so much more sense in just a few minutes. So let's continue. So they have almost $2.2 billion into Amazon. At first, it may not seem like a lot, but remember, this portfolio manages billions of dollars, and they have almost 800,000 shares. Now, why is this important exactly? Well, if you guys were wondering why AMC stock was so stuck, why was it in our trading box that we continuously drew for such a long time, all the way throughout basically the entire month of August until the very end, which in the end of August, that is when AMC started to have a reversal of all the price action. But why was it so stuck? Well, the answer may just be here. So Amazon may be behind all of this. It makes sense. There's a reason rumors have been flying around for months of a potential buyout. They wanted to short AMC to go to the ground to purchase AMC at a cheaper price. Now here's where it gets interesting, because as I just said, we were trading in this box for a very long time. And this box was all the way basically throughout the entire month of August, except for the very last 2 weeks. So basically half the month of August, we were stuck in this trading range. So why exactly was that? A lot of AMC investors were confused, but as long as there was conviction and patience, everything would work out in the end. And that is exactly what happened. But that's not why I'm here talking about the chart. I'm talking about the chart right now because the price going all the way from $72 a share all the way to a low of almost $28 a share. I'm not saying this was entirely based off of Amazon. No one is saying that, because we do know that there were multiple hedge funds, there were multiple institutions trying to sell AMC stock in large quantities. What I'm talking about right now, though, is that there may be some strategies being used. These strategies and these methods may be used to sell AMC stock to some extent, maybe not all the way from 72, but to some extent. Let's say all the way from $46 a share all the way to, let's say, $30 a share. So when someone ends up selling that much, or that much of a difference in AMC, that right there is known as short selling. And one of the methods that may be used is that they are going to reinvest that money that they made from selling AMC stock and making a profit, because they were right that AMC was going to go down in share price. Remember, because these are institutions and hedge funds, they have a large amount of money to start changing the price action for AMC. The price action of AMC is 60% controlled by a lot of these hedge funds. Only 40% is controlled by the retail traders, even though 80% of the retail traders have AMC stock. It's quite ironic. And so hopefully, AMC stock family, you guys are still with me, because this is a lot to understand and process. But once they end up making their money from their short selling position, which is when they make money when the stock goes down or underlying equity, that's when they reinvest that money back into another underlying equity. This strategy has been going on for a long time, and we will be explaining it more in depth in just a few minutes. And so in this case, where that money ended up going back to, many are saying that it is going back to Amazon. So in the beginning of the video, we were talking about a hedge fund called Shaw. And here's a little bit more information about what some of these hedge funds decide to do. So let's start off with, what is a quant? Well, a quant is short for quantitative, or in other words, numbers, and Wall Street describes it as a process of using mathematic modeling and high-frequency trading to identify and act on trading opportunities. This is very important, so make sure you guys keep on following, and it will make much more sense. So in short, quants specialize in calculating probability and risk. Hedging positions or shorting stocks is a commonplace practice in quantitatively driven fund portfolios, and Bezos saw a business opportunity by creating and controlling a company that had strong relationships with Wall Street, a company that was willing to act in blatant anti-competitive fashion, possessing an understanding of the complex practices that inflate Amazon's market cap, a company that could rely on private equity doing the work by targeting competitors through leveraged buyouts and shorting the stock. So as we progress, this is starting to make more sense. And now let's continue reading. So we have understanding Shaw and the advantage of knowing the winner before the race starts and the confidential advantage. So with these hedge funds and these hedge fund managers in particular, a lot of these senior traders, they know what they are doing. They have the trading algorithms, and not only that, they have the quantitative analysis. They have the mathematical computations right in front of them. And because of this, many are already aware of what is going to happen in the market before they already happen. Now let's go back to this chart over here. I know that there's much more news that we could be talking about. However, I just think it would be more helpful to the AMC investors to understand exactly how this works. Not necessarily just tell you how it works, but actually see it for yourselves. So let's go back to AMC and let's try to make some examples of all of this. So some of these methods that these hedge fund managers have caught ahead of is the fact that you can indeed short a stock. This is not new. A lot of people have been doing this, and as the article just mentioned, this has been a common practice among a lot of these hedge funds. But what they end up doing, and this is where the method comes into place, because they're thinking one step ahead of a lot of other investors. Here's why. As I said before, they do have the concept of short selling, and then they end up making the stock go down to extremely low amounts. Now here's where they reinvest that money, shorting the stock, let's say hypothetically from $72 a share all the way to $28 a share. And then when they make that money by closing their position, by clicking the buy button, that's when we start to see signs of reversal. But wait a minute, that's not all. When they end up closing their position, they decide to reinvest their money back into stocks like Amazon or equities like Amazon. We discussed this just a few minutes ago as well. But here's where another piece of the puzzle starts coming into play. Because if we go back to AMC stock, as I just mentioned, AMC stock was extremely low. By the time they already short sold the stock and decided to start having signs of reversal, AMC was already at $28 a share. That consisted of not just the hedge funds, but a lot of paper traders as well. But at this point in time, Amazon could have made the decision to try to buy out AMC because the company's share price was extremely low, and AMC right now, as a fundamental standpoint, is not doing the best fundamentally or on the balance sheet. Even though they did have a pretty good earnings, they are still somewhat in debt, but don't get me wrong, they did beat a lot of earning expectations, so that is still phenomenal. But just as a company in general, it is still not in profitability just yet. So Amazon could have definitely made a decision to try to buy out AMC, especially not only was the company not doing the best fundamentally, but also for the share price. That's why Amazon could have made the decision to buy out AMC stock right around here in this trading zone, which was also in the trading box that we continuously mentioned all throughout the majority of August. Is this concept anything new for Amazon? Well, Amazon has been known for capturing market share of just about every sector of the retail space and now has set its eyes on movies, and maybe at one point wanted to even get into the gaming sector. Amazon started relatively small and set its rights on easy targets, which were books. But Bezos wasn't exactly interested in just books. He wanted to create a company that was so big and so dependent on retailers that retailers were inversely dependent on it. And so well in the early 2000s, around the time that Amazon was becoming known for selling a little more than just books, it also sold toys for Toys R Us and had a few other things on the site. Amazon wanted to branch out just a little bit further. And so there were other companies that were already successful in the e-commerce world, so instead of starting from the ground up and taking down the competition, Amazon simply acquired the competition. And so all throughout here, they do discuss a little bit more of some of their acquisitions, but you guys get the general point. So there's no need to talk about that because again, that'll be wasting your time. As long as you guys understand the concept of, wait a minute, Amazon does have a lot of capturing of the market shares because they decide to acquire a lot of companies rather than directly competing with them, we can understand that possibly, just possibly, there were a lot of hedge funds like Citadel and like some others that decide to sell AMC stock, try to short sell the stock so it goes down to large amounts, and then it ends up going to such a low point in share price that other companies start saying, wait a minute, that now is the time to acquire AMC because not only is the company not doing the best fundamentally, but the share price and the momentum is supposedly going down temporarily. This is just simply one method, but at the same time, Amazon is known for acquiring many companies as I just stated. So let me know in the comment section, AMC stock family, none of this has been confirmed, but a lot of investors are pointing out to one method that a lot of these hedge funds could be using right now, which may explain why AMC was trading so low for quite a while, and also how AMC went that low in the first place, going from $72 a share, if not even $70, let's call it $60 a share, all the way to $30 a share estimated. And do you think Amazon wanted to buy out AMC? Let me know all that in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.